Responsibility. That's a scary word. It's right up there with commitment and syphilis. You know, it's very easy for me to tell you, for you to be responsible for yourself, for you to hold yourself accountable for your actions, your environment, your life. But let me be honest with you, it fucking sucks. It's you questionably and uncomfortably taking action in situations you really don't want to deal with, and least of all have it all come crashing down due to your meddling. You don't want to be the one. That's all we all feel sometimes. Life is so much simpler to live when we're telling someone else how to live it. And it especially sucks if you're a shy person. If you're a quiet person sheltering yourself in a very loud world, it's not pleasant making the leap, which is why we're valid in our reluctance to take it. So, that's one side of the coin. Then there's the other. And this is what it shows. Responsibility is a double-edged sword, meaning it's a trade-off. You trade in that semi-temporary performance anxiety, and in return you get trust, and or the opportunity for control. Opportunity. Now that sounds a little bit like a ripoff, and in the beginning it's not going to feel too different either, which is why most people aren't going to make the trade, which is why most people are just going to sit and ruminate on their justifications as to why their position in life is not fully their responsibility. How they're very valid reasons. And I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. Have left them, and us, because we're all one and the same, where they are now. Taking responsibility is not about saying, these are my excuses, and this is what I can't do. It's about saying, these are my explanations, and this is what I can do. Okay, taking responsibility, that's still kind of vague. Here's a little bit of the context. In your job, cooperate. Lead when and where you can. And if you mess up, own up to it, no matter how difficult it may and will be. If you don't have a job, then get a motherfucking job. The trade-off here is that you'll build trust in the form of dependency and reliability, in that you will be found reliable and depended upon after a while. In your relationships, take the initiative, communicate, and be vulnerable. If you're like me, that'll be just as hard as it sounds. The trade-off here is, you'll find real meaningful connections when you open up those walls you put up to protect yourself. And again, you'll build trust and reliability. And here's a pro tip. Don't rush it. In yourself. Learn how your own mind works. Find out what kind of thought patterns you go through, what kind of flaws and pitfalls your mind has, and what is its affinity. The trade-off here is, take the time to know yourself, and you'll start to see how and where you can trust yourself. That sounds like a whole lot of trust, but where's the control? Where does that kick in? Trust is a very important thing. It's the single most important social trait of our kind. And if you can see all around you, there's a lot of things that can be built on trust. A community, a family, a life, for instance, and context. How does that relate to control? Well, have you ever built something, reshaping something from what it used to be? Do that and then get back to me. But if you're still looking for more nuance to this, I recommend checking out a book called Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. This book has personally helped me to take responsibility for myself, as well as for the things that are around me. So check it out. It may help you as well. If you found this video helpful, stick around. I'm all about improving and occasionally entertaining people. Eventually, who knows, I might even help you improve yourself and mildly entertain you. Thanks for watching so far. I'll catch you next time. By the way, don't be feel ashamed to make eye contact.
Yeah.
Because this is good. This shows up.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
Fuck you, bitch! Why the fuck did you put up the camera?
Hey! That's